You look amazing. See? All right, everybody, welcome. Star Trek Adventures. We're tabletop anthologies. We are picking up. It's probably been like a month. Everybody had stuff going on, schedules, work, plays. Oh, thank you, Tabletop Tony. So I'll give a quick refresher for our players and for our viewers here. The name of the scenario is Dormant Life. The crew was asked to chart an old system that had only been partially charted to begin with. They found some discrepancies with the original charting, a missing gas giant, a nebula, and as they investigated further, they found some strange asteroids that they calculated to seem to be on some sort of collision course with one of the planetary bodies that are in the system. When they investigated the asteroid, they found these large black orb-looking things on the asteroid. That's all we currently know about those. As they were investigating that, our chief medical officer, also psychiatrist on board now, Lieutenant, by the way, he started doing some scans of the nearby planet that those asteroids were going to hit. They found and discovered, after sending a probe down, that there was a very weak power source, and when they sent that probe down, they discovered a crashed ship that looked like it had been there for quite some time. So that's where we left off. I'll introduce real quick everybody. Did you see that, Lieutenant? On the Foundry chat?
Read the chat logs and then take care of that. Oh, okay. Just make sure we're on the same page.
So, we'll start going left to right in order of rank. We have our captain with us, Captain Gregory Maricadi, played by Tabletop Tony.
I'm the captain now.
Welcome back. Welcome
Thank you.
back.
I thought I had missed a session, but by the amazing description, Admiral, of the previous session, I am caught up and ready to perform admirably. Well, captainably.
Captainly?
Captainly, if you will. Thank
Fantastic. Our science officer, he's also a Vulcan of green blood and pointy ears, Commander Kullat, played by Hades.
Cool.
Cool. Lot. And our third player today, the Chief Medical Officer, played by Severian, Lieutenant Andal Grax.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. And you are a Betazoid. So, hope you can think what I'm thinking right now. Anyways, we will pick up with the bridge. Let me go ahead and shift some screens here. Go over there. And, Captain, the bridge will be yours. And as a reminder, just because you aren't a science officer doesn't mean you can't run science scans or do anything that might be related to a science scan. You know, again, Starfleet officers are trained in doing a lot of everything, and they all tend to have that higher knowledge. You know, there are the experts, but yes, you still have that same kind of knowledge, which is why you're in Starfleet and why you got that training. So don't think that you're not the science officer, you can't do something. So
Right. General education is very good. Yeah.
Captain, the bridge is yours.
That ship that we found in the last session, did we find what kind of ship it was or who it's affiliated with?
Yeah, do we know the details of that crash-landed vessel, Lieutenant?
No, so when you sent the probe down, all you could see or tell, and I'll use my handy-dandy remote here, my hand is the planet that it crashed into. Basically, the ship had crashed so hard it was embedded, so all you can kind of see is this portion of the ship sticking out. So a tad bit of the front end, maybe one of the rocket boosters in the back, and that's about it.
Can I use our computers to run like a like basically take the image that we have and what little of it that we can see and run it through a database and see if it lines up with any other ships?
Yes, you can. You can. So go ahead and give me Amanda Maricadi, Captain. You good with doing the ship stuff again for me?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. All right, perfect.
Sensors
So
and science, sir?
Nope. That'll be Lieutenant
So computers, sorry.
Grax. Yeah. You'll give me a. Let's do a reason. So, are you just running the ship to see if any part of what it can be seen pops up, or the computers can recognize, right?
Yep.
Okay. So your choice: reason and security, or I'll do reason and engineering, just simply based on like the build, the schematics of the ship. So whichever you would like to do at that point. And Captain, computers, and whatever
Science.
discipline he chooses. Yeah. So if he chose computers.
And
Reason
It's the
and
same,
engineering,
it's the same modifier, so luckily it doesn't matter that I pick science.
Okay.
It's 3 and 3.
Yes. Okay. So your success, all you needed was one success. The computer does its thing. It goes through its searching, and it doesn't take very long for the response to come back. And on the screen, or actually the computer in her delicate and amazing voice comes back. No known hall or signature found.
Lieutenant, am I hearing the computer properly? That no known
Yes,
schematics?
That's correct. It appears that we don't have any information on this ship in our databases.
Well, isn't that exciting? To say, well, rather simply. We don't want to violate the Prime Directive here by violating any sort of natural law in place or natural phenomenon that's maybe taking place here, but it would, well, honor Starfleet Code and our vessel USS Surprise by exploring and investigating this, even if we just get the details for our record base or our database. Let's, Thrall, let's take us a little closer to the planet. I want to get within transporter range. I want to see if we can get some eyes on this vessel, literally.
Okay.
So yes, Commander. I'll do that for you.
Does somebody want to play him, or would they like me to do it?
Fine, I can do it, buddy.
Okay. That's a pretty accurate impersonation. So for him, I'm gonna need a Control and Conn difficulty 1, and ship is gonna be engines and Conn, please.
Well, Admiral, I'd like to use my additional successes to remove the complication.
Okay, we can do that. So he is able to easily pilot the ship from farther orbit out to basically, we'll call it near orbit, or not quite in the atmosphere, but a close orbit, enough to get within transporter range. So you are able to do that.
Captain, we're in transporter range, if you will, sir. Thank you, Thrall. Let's get an away team together of our a handful of red shirt ensigns, ensigns rather. Ugh, sorry, cringe. Ensigns. Let's see. I'm looking up our database now of our personnel roster, and I'm looking for anybody that seems suited for a leadership position to take on this small squad. Of course, nobody crazy. I don't want to risk any important people. Sorry, this is aside. This is an aside. This is not me talking.
Just saying this out in the bridge.
Yeah, no. Just I want to put a little personnel database. I'm looking for somebody lieutenant and below that's capable of handling an away team that we can send on just to beam down to get some actual hands-on data.
So, with our currently...
We could send Cabal.
Yeah.
Cabal?
Rude.
Oh, he's a red.
So we have quite a few supporting characters. obviously, you can choose to send whoever you like. As a GM, I would obviously recommend. I realize that their characters are going to be played by
Let's send Taria.
Supporting characters will still be played by our players here, but
Right.
as a GM, I would still recommend, given their science background and abilities, that they maybe one or two of them go too. But
So Admiral, to your point, looking at our supporting character roster, I would love to send Ensign Moore. I want to send down as our engineering kind of logistical operation to see what the ship is going to look like, so you can get some readings there. But I want the lead to be by Taria. I can't really pronounce that last name. Andorian language, I wouldn't do it justice, truth be told. So
Zahirtharth?
Yeah, Lieutenant Zahirtharth. You're taking initiative here on this away team. I want you to gather any details you can about this vessel, see if it's local in origin, and be wary of violating any prime directive. Any questions?
No.
I'm not...
Yeah. So you're just sending Lieutenant Moore and Ensign Moore and Lieutenant Taria.
Yes, I'm sending Taria and Moore down. I do want to send maybe some unnamed ensigns, like maybe two other red shirts, expendable red shirts, so to speak, down. If we have the availability. If not, I can pick like Lucara and Morox to assist with the operation.
What we can do to kind of resemble this the red shirt that you're talking about. You can take any one of the other characters, Lucara, Morox, Rovob, Martin, and we'll just call them red shirts. That way it'll be easier to, instead of trying to spin up some stats real quick or anything.
We'll use their stats, but with their hypothetical expendable red shirt, A, B, C.
Okay. Right. So who would like to control who then? We have Ensign Moore, who's a science officer. We have Lieutenant Taria, the security.
I'm okay with keeping up to our roles. If we want to do like the captain does the leader of the away team, and the science officer does the science officer, and Andal, you can be whoever you want to be, or we can mix it up. I don't know. What do you guys think? As the crew.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me.
I mean it does, but I like variety, so I just want to make sure that's okay. Like, yes.
If you want to mix it up, I can do a Kirky kind of.
Oh. Yeah, you want to? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. So you're gonna be the lieutenant. I'll do the science officer then, and then Andal, you'll be maybe the engineering guy. That's okay. More.
Sure.
Cool. So I'll be Morox, you'll be Moore, and you'll be Taria. Nate.
Hang on one second. So let me make my notes so I can track it. So Morox is going to be you. Moore is Hades.
Yeah.
Okay. And engineering is
no. Sorry. No, Moore is Sev. And Taria is Nate. Nate's gonna play like the chick.
Okay,
Kirk.
perfect. And I would also like to say, since the last time we played, our chief medical officer has actually spawned a child. So if you recall, in our previous episode, there was a bit of a love crush between him and Taria. So I think that might be where the love child came from. Anyways, they named her Freya. So congrats to the lieutenant here.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So all right. You guys know how to find those sheets, correct?
Yeah, I pulled it right up.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So what are you guys gonna do then?
Lieutenant Taria, do I? This is my first away team operation. I don't know if I'm really. What do you need from me?
Don't worry. We'll figure it out as we go.
That doesn't help.
So,
Okay.
Doctor,
We're Starfleet.
Do
Starfleet
anything.
prepares its personnel for such things. And so, we'll figure it out.
Very good, Lieutenant. I'll bring some. I have a tricorder with me. I got a phaser. I'm ready to assist with any logistical data. But who else are we bringing? More.
Is that my cue?
yeah, I think it was your cue. I think it was your cue.
I'll
was-
be joining you too.
He's following sleep.
Oh.
Oh, this guy sounds like somebody I know.
More. Ensign. More. I'm Morox. It's Lieutenant Junior Grade. It's pleased to meet you. I don't think we've been acquainted yet.
It's nice to meet you both. I hear we're going down there to investigate some ship. There's asteroids on the way. What's the ETA on impact?
What was
Looking-
our last?
Looking at the trajectory information that I received from the captain, it looks like we're already in range. We can use the transporter down about 20 hours. We'll be able to be in range.
No. He asked about when the asteroid was going to strike the planet.
Oh, sorry.
I know you guys had checked that earlier, and I did tell you it was counting down. So yeah, it was 20 hours.
I believe we still have 20 hours to go. Plenty of time to get in and out and get some readings.
Well, I think so, especially with the technology Starfleet has with the transponders. We'll be able to get in and out here. Well, as they used to say on Earth, in a jiffy.
So I'm taking a tricorder, a phaser, and is there any sort of, being from engineering, any sort of like toolkit I could take with me? If I needed to, like, I don't know, get doors open or fix anything down there?
No, generally,
Or can the tricorder do all that?
the tricorder does that. Yeah, the only specialized tricorder is really a medical tricorder, and that's carried by Grax. Yes.
Okay.
So other than
Bring a
phasers and
sonic
stuff,
screwdriver.
yeah, you could bring a sonic screwdriver.
Someone's gonna make comments on your YouTube video.
Yeah, that's fine. I welcome them, and I'll tell them thanks for viewing.
Yep.
One to beam out. Okay, so you guys are prepared. Now what?
Lieutenant, what's our next phase of this operation?
Well, the next phase is to go on and head out, I believe.
Very good, Lieutenant. I'm just so nervous. I'm sorry.
This is literally Barclay. Reginald Barclay. He's so nervous all the time.
Yeah, this is Captain Maricadi. We have 3. Are you ready to beam down yet? We need to get into the transporter room immediately. We can't waste any more time. Lieutenant
That's
Daria.
affirmative, Captain. We've just gotten our things together and we're ready to go.
Very good. If you need anything from the bridge, please don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll be in constant updates. I'll be touching base with you here on the hour, every hour. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain.
Out.
So you're going to the transporters, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
We're heading that way, probably.
Let me get your characters ready here real quick, but it'll be. Let me see here. So let's do it this way. I'm gonna put down your player characters so you guys have your icons. But you'll still have to use the sheets. So you guys get into the transporter room, and the transporter technician kind of looks at you guys, and he's looking at you oddly. He's just standing there.
Lieutenant Taria, am I the one who says the beam down, or do you do the beam down?
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted, baby.
You're muted.
Do we have a name on this person? Irishy.
It's a he, yeah.
Welshie?
And what? Hip
Oh
hop?
wow, I just got the joke on that. Welshie. Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Welshie, 3 beam down.
Lieutenant, can I say something real quick?
You better
you guys
speed it up. We have places to be.
you guys don't have suits on, and there's no atmosphere.
Oh. What? Why didn't we get those readings in? More, that's your job.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
that's good intel.
Environment's
We were
hostile
testing
down
you.
there.
You're
Let's
gonna
throw
go
some
places.
suits on.
Don't everyone speak
Thank
at
you,
once. I
Lieutenant.
can't focus on more than one thing at a time, and it's really stressing me out.
More,
Suit
you were
up.
saying?
The environment down there is hostile. Let's suit up.
Very, very good.
Suit up.
Montage
So,
of
yeah,
us zipping up stuff, cuffing,
Ooh,
gloves on,
yeah,
jackets on,
yeah.
Boots.
Donning the helmet and checking the
blowing
lights.
doing the gas, and you hear like the gas flow enter the helmet. You know,
So you
all
guys
the
put on
sounds.
your EV suits and you make your way back to the transporter room, and the transporter technician, he kind of nods and he goes, "You guys look much better, a little safer this time."
Oh, I think so. Much better prepared for our lack of atmosphere. But it's kind of hard to breathe in this thing.
Welshie, punch it.
All right, so let's do this. This will be. All right.
We're here. Are you there? Yes. Are you there? Okay, we're here. Oh.
Admiral,
But
what
you-
are we seeing?
So you guys beam down to the planet. The whole planet is literally just devoid of life. It's unnatural structures, so small mountains, small hills, things like that. Obviously, evidence of tectonic activity. The atmosphere is very thin. It's enough to produce winds and move the surface in storms and like electrical storms and such. But there's no water. Other than that,
like
Welshie,
to-
for all of his wisdom, hasn't gotten us as close as he could have. More, can you tell us which direction the ship is?
Already working on it, Lieutenant. So I already have my tricorder out, and I'm trying to get some coordinates and directions where to go.
okay. So give me a reason and security, difficulty 1. Okay. So you scan, and your tricorder, maybe it's a bit of a small electrical storm going on that you're not sure about. Maybe you didn't study enough in tricorder class. All you know is that the power source that the ship detected is somewhere north.
Sorry, Taria. Something scrambling. It's north. That's all I can tell you. That way.
Very good. Let's start walking north as you try to refine your scans.
This reminds me of my homeworld's moon. We used to do all kinds of adventures there. There's a park there. We would go together as a family. Oh, my dear brother got lost one time, and that was funny because we couldn't find him for quite some time, and we were worried about him. That wasn't funny.
Hey,
but it was
over
funny
here.
when we fought.
Where's over here? I have such small.
What does
field.
over here mean? We lost more.
I wish Welshie would have sent us with stronger flashlights.
Oh, there you are. Oh, I was so worried about you. You were lost just like my brother was that one time on the park.
More. Is this north?
Northerly, yes.
No.
Oh, wait. I believe there's something in front of us.
It's fine. I don't believe that's a direction.
Ensign, he keeps saying it. Send him back to the academy.
Does it look like there's any sort of opening to this ship? Not
Oh,
just
let me
doors, but I'm looking for like
Whoa.
vents or any way to get in.
Okay.
I've never
so,
seen
Panels I
something
can
like this
open up.
before. Yeah.
Once you get to that ship, it obviously, from the looks of it, it looks like it's crashed here some time ago. The hull looks particularly windblown and obviously quite buried underneath the surface. It's partially on its side, and based on your guys' training and expertise, which obviously is not much, you guys don't recognize this. The rear, from what you can tell though, this looks like the rear of the ship. And at the back of it, there does seem to be or appear what looks like possibly could be a doorway.
I've never seen schematics like this before. This wasn't in my training. What do we do, Lieutenant?
What we do is try and open the door.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm holding my tricorder up and I'm just kind of scanning for any sort of like access or data point to try to open up the door.
So kind of like a keypad kind of.
Like I'm scanning for some sort of interface.
Okay. So give me a reason and security difficulty 2.
Okay.
All right. So off to the left of the door, there does seem to be a I don't know if I would call it a keypad, but it does look like a keypad, but it looks blank. Like maybe something could be there, maybe not.
Oh, here we go, Lieutenant. It looks like this is some sort of interface. Let me see if I can get it online. I'm gonna try to interface with the device. See if I can get it online, maybe powered. Touch it, poke it, stick my tricorder in its face. That sort of thing.
So you listed multiple ways you're doing some things there.
I did, yeah.
What would you like to try first?
Okay. So does a tricorder can the tricorder connect to something? Like does it have a wire that can connect to something?
No, it can. It's basically like Bluetooth.
Is it
it could connect, yeah, and they have, and you guys would know this too. Not only can it connect to things, but it also has the ability to transfer power. While it is not very much power, it does have the ability to transfer power.
In that case, I'm going to hold the tricorder up to it. I'm going to try to transfer some power to get this device online to at least power the door. That's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay. So then go ahead and give me a control and engineering difficulty of 3.
Okay, I'll use a momentum for an extra dice.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, look at that. So you're going to be successful in your ability to do this. So go ahead and explain to me what you're doing.
So after I take the tricorder and do my initial scans, I find the interfaceable device. I hold my tricorder up, I configure it for power transfer, and I start transferring power. And I'm getting some weird readings. I'm getting some weird resistance from it. I don't know if it's some sort of maybe it's got a lack of power, or maybe it's got some sort of unknown technology I'm not familiar with. Whatever the case, I have to push a lot harder to get this connection stabilized. Well, with my expertise, I managed to do so, and the device next to the door almost blinks on and shows some sort of life.
Okay, so as it blinks on, you hear some grinding and some creaking on the door, and it seems like it's starting to open. Maybe it's the fact that it's crashed. Maybe it's the time that all the sand and the wind it beat it up. But it only starts to open up, and it only opens up to about right here. So not enough for you guys to squeeze through unless you're super skinny and very pliable. But it does open up. But then it kind of just like screeches to a halt.
That's the best.
Muscle it open.
More, get over here. Big
So you're
strong man.
Your big burly hands.
Get your big bully hands over here and wrap around the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I get both hands on the door like that, and put my foot up against the frame and start yanking back.
All right, Mr. Moore. Why don't you go ahead and give me a fitness and security then? Difficulty of 3.
Yeah, if anyone can do that, it's Aetha.
So, Andal, I'll have you use Moore's
Use
sheet.
the other sheet.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, wrong one. Sorry.
It's okay. And let me know if you don't have access, because I can.
What was it again?
His
Fitness
name is
and security.
Fitness and Security. Yes,
Okay.
Fitness.
and it was a difficulty of 3.
Oh, of 3.
Yes. So you aren't successful. So I guess tell me what happens when you go to try and open this door.
I yank on it for a good 10 seconds or so, then let go. Yeah. Still stuck. None of us are getting this open.
Does it give it all under his one success? Like,
So, like, if there were 2 doors, we'll use my remotes again, and they're like this, right? When he's trying to open it. So think of the doors opening like this, right? When he pulled on it, it kind of went like this.
More, let's give it another try. I'll grab the other side.
Okay.
All right,
So,
you got it.
Who's leading
Guess
the
what
charge
traits?
on this?
Let me look at my sheet.
Yeah, do you have the muscles?
Fitness,
Ooh.
fitness,
Fitness
and
and
what?
security. Fitness security, I think.
I got 9, 4.
Yeah, you're good. You're the best one we have here, buddy.
I'm better than more.
Yeah, you're better than more.
guess I
I
got
can
charged
use
up.
my muscles here
Yeah.
to open this door.
So I roll first.
Yeah, so you'll roll fitness and security both dice. More, you are going to use fitness and security with 1 dice. And it'll still be difficulty of 3. So you both are able to pry this door open. So go ahead and tell me what you do and how you did it.
So we both latch on, and I go, "Okay, Moore, you heave and I'll hoe."
Oh dear.
And then
And then you heave, and then let me hear a hoe.
Oh.
All right. Good job, guys.
That's good. That definitely made me think like you guys were opening the door. So
and it shakes a bit at first, and then we give a quick jerk, and it slams open like whatever
Yeah.
was catching on.
Yeah, metal
it does.
scraping.
It
metal
seems like you just
twisting,
destroyed
yeah.
whatever gears or device might have been holding it in place, or maybe it was just some sand
hydraulics.
granules, right? That got into the workings there and gummed it up. So the door is open.
Do we have headlamps on our helmets?
You do have headlamps, yeah. The lights are here, and you also have fancy dancy wrist lights. So in the future they don't think of anything other than awkward wrist lighting. So it
Those
looks like
weird ones that look like grill lights.
yeah, it's basically a flashlight on your wrist, right?
Right.
That's futuristic for
Cumbersome.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
24th
I've got
century, everybody.
all of those lights on, and I draw my phaser and kind of scan around the whatever we're looking at on the other side of the door.
Oh, you don't need the phaser. There's no life on this planet.
That door should have
Don't
known
mean they
better
don't.
than to get into Starfleet's way.
Exactly. That
You're a
don't mean
science
there's
officer.
No security.
More,
Might
have you
have,
used that? Patronizing you.
In training. In
It's
simulation.
training. Yeah, it looks like it. You're not even holding it right. Oh my gosh. So,
So he's gonna take. You're taking initiative more. Is that what she said? You're looking in first.
I'm just standing at the entrance looking in.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
While you look, I jump on comms real quick and Lieutenant Zathira to Captain Maricadi.
This is Captain Maricadi. Go ahead, Lieutenant. What's the status?
Captain, we've made it to the ship. We've gotten the door open with some effort, and just an update, we'll be going in case we lose signal.
Very good. Keep an eye out and proceed with caution.
Thank you,
Howdy.
Captain. We will do just that.
Roger that.
Okay. So at the entrance, Lieutenant Moore, you don't see much. Obviously, where the door was, you know, the light really kind of only goes in a couple feet. From what you can see, it's a very hazy atmosphere, very dark. The inside does kind of look like shambles, so piping, wires, it all hangs down like at an angle. So as you can see, the ship is kind of ditched in at an angle there, right? And it all kind of hangs straight down, or maybe it's piled up in the corner on the floor that's into the ground. There are holes, there's damage, there's hidden dangers. So you should all proceed with caution.
Just looking at the inside of this, I know we said already that this ship doesn't seem familiar at all. Is there anything familiar about the inside of this ship?
Give me an insight. Insight and security difficulty of 1. Nothing that you see looks familiar.
Never seen a ship like this. Just strange. I don't know what we're gonna find in here.
Perhaps we should take some quick scans where we're at and send them back to the ship before we go further.
Yes, very good. I'll see if I can get any sort of engineering data on the infrastructure of the ship from here. I'll take my tracker out and try to scan it.
Or even some metallurgical data might be helpful.
Of course. So my tricutter's out, and I'm trying to get some data of the composition of the ship, material-wise, what kind of chemical compounds, material compounds it's made out of. That's mainly what I'm looking for, the composition of the ship.
Okay. So with that tricorder, go ahead and give me a reason and science difficulty 2, please.
Ooh. Close.
So from what you can tell, basically, the tricorder gives you back some readings. Just that there are standard metals in use here: iron, nickel, things like that. You know, what you might find, adamantium. You know, whatever might a ship hull would be
Vibranium.
comprised of. Standard metals from a planet. Nothing special, nothing
Unobtainium.
out of the ordinary.
Unobtainium. Yeah.
Unobtainium.
Looks like typical metal compounds consisting of iron, nickel, aluminum, silicon. Nothing out of the ordinary here.
Still, we might send that back to the ship. They might want to look at it. It could be an alloy we've not seen before.
I'm setting it up now.
Or at least have a signature that might match or not match anything we're aware of. You see, in my time in Starfleet,
Oh my god. Soapbox.
the
I start-
lieutenant goes on
I
a
step
long talk to no one in particular.
So who's
I,
transferring those datas over? That you?
I guess I guess I'm still doing that, yeah.
All right. Just give me a quick control and engineering roll, difficulty 1. And you were doing what, Sev?
I start stepping inside carefully, slowly going forward and making sure the ground under me is safe and not going to collapse, and there's
Okay.
nothing that's going to fall on me.
Okay. So as you enter, go ahead and give me a a fitness and security difficulty of 2. And while you're rolling that, Morox, your data transfer to the ship was successful.
Very good. Look, I'm reading positive signature from the ship. They've received our data. Lieutenant.
Morox, that is a great job, and you were worried about coming along. You see, you'll do just fine.
You fill me with confidence, ma'am.
So, more. You enter in. You have that momentum. What do you want to do with it?
Banking it.
Okay, you'll bank it. You step in, and you have no trouble navigating, basically as you step in. And
Okay.
I'll switch screens once the other two step in. If they're stepping in.
Oh, I'm stepping in.
Go ahead, Morox. I'll bring up the rear.
Very good, Lieutenant.
If you both could give me a fitness and security difficulty 3, please.
More, could you grab my hand? I'm a bit scared.
We're too fat.
I'm a bit worried. Could you help me in here more? Ensign. Please. I'm asking you for your assistance. My time of need. But I don't fucking need it, actually.
Okay.
But fuck you, slaps.
So if you each could roll me 1 challenge dice, please. 1 challenge dice.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I rolled 0d6. Give me a second.
Okay. So as you guys enter this ship, you guys are basically following suit with your fellow officer there, Moore. Lieutenant Moore, right? It was Lieutenant?
Lieutenant? No, it's Ensign.
Ensign,
Ensign.
sorry, right? Ensign.
For the
Ensign Moore. So you guys are watching him as he steps in, and you both are so focused on him and how he's looking down, looking at the stairways. You guys both walk in and smack your foreheads on the door because it's so low, right? So let's see here. Taria, go ahead and take 2 from your health, and Morox, go ahead and take 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to...
Is that stress track?
Yeah, that is your
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah,
And
one
I'll
of them,
transfer
2
you
of them should be
guys.
red or blue. I don't remember what's good or bad, but
It should be red.
Yeah,
Like,
should
it
that
starts
start-
off as blue, but it should go to red.
okay.
Does everyone start with 10 on that? I don't
Depends on
remember.
it depends on your
No, it
token.
depends on your character.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have 11. Taria has 13.
Okay, I was asking because Moore has...
Yeah.
Oh, you just fixed it. Okay.
Fixed it for you. Yeah, everybody should be back to full health, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
So
I
you
might
should,
not
I
have
was
fixed
there.
it.
yeah, you should
Okay,
be
you
there.
fixed mine.
I got you. I did it. I pressed it.
Is there any like loose metal, like a bar or anything I can move? Because what my idea is to jam something in the doorway so it doesn't snap closed suddenly later.
Okay. So, let's see.
Or
Go
if
ahead.
there's like a physical latch on the inside that might be an emergency latch that I can secure.
Go ahead and give me a insight and security. Difficulty 1, please.
Which of these doors here goes outside?
It's going to be the door to the top, so the north.
Okay.
That one.
Is it real or a fake door?
It's real fake doors.
Real fake doors.
Oh.
So Taria, there's enough shambles, destruction on the inside of this ship on the ground that you're able to find a pipe or piece of metal that's thick enough or big enough that you can kind of wedge in there to keep the doors secure and from opening or shutting randomly.
So my character turns and does just that without saying anything. Once she's certain it's nice and solid, that it won't, the door can't slam itself shut, she dusts her hands off and turns around and rejoins the group.
Okay, so as you guys go inside here, you kind of enter in what looks to be a hallway, perhaps. As Ensign Moore saw from the entrance, it all is in shambles. There's dust all over the ground. It's like a hazy atmosphere. It's all pitch dark. You don't see anything. You don't hear anything other than your own movement. There's destruction to the hall. So, above you and below you, there are gaps in the hall itself. There's piping and other things laying on the ground in terms of destruction. So you do have to be careful as you move through this ship.
All right. Unless I'm told otherwise, I'm just gonna continue down this hallway, carefully watching for any falling debris or loose panels that I'm stepping on.
Okay. And you do notice that as you're walking, the ceiling is quite low, and that seems normal.
And now that we're inside, I'm gonna pull out my tricorder at this point, I think, and see if there's any signs of I guess power. Yeah, let's start with looking for any signs of like a power source that's still active on this ship.
Okay. So go ahead and for your tricorder, give me reason and science, difficulty 2. One. So you start running your tricorder, and maybe it's interference inside the ship. Maybe again, you didn't pay attention too much in class, but you can tell that the power source is in the ship, but you don't know where.
Okay, and it seems like it's something viable or active.
Yes.
Just don't know where. Okay.
Correct. Yep.
Well, it seems like there's a power source somewhere in here, but I can't track down exactly where it is.
Well, regarding Admiral, regarding the ship itself and internally, it seems to be that Lieutenant Junior Grade Morox is an expert in the environmental systems, maybe climate control systems within the vessel itself. Are there any ventilations or any sort of indication that this vessel is capable of filtering its own atmosphere or surviving in a space environment?
So we'll just go ahead and do just from you being there, we'll just do an insight in engineering, a difficulty of 1.
Yep, I'm using my focus for that too, because that is literally the focus.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So basically, from what you can tell, this ship looks like it would obviously transport living beings, creatures, whatever form they may be in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there seems to be doorways. So from what you would gather, that the ship would also be capable of producing some sort of atmosphere in the ship.
Right. But nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. It's just a typical climate system engineered for most bipedal humanoids. Okay.
From where you're at,
initial observations.
Yes.
Not
Yep.
being
Yeah.
accessed to
Yeah. You would need to find like a computer or something like that to see, or like an engineering
right, or the
department or area, or actual
Yeah.
equipment to be able to answer that completely.
That makes sense. But it looks like there were people living here that were people that were organic. It wasn't just a synthetic thing. There were ventilations.
Yep.
I see. Okay. Good observation. I was just making sure. Lieutenant, where exactly are we headed here? feeling really claustrophobic.
Well, Morox, let's try this door.
Okay.
And what the door your guys are at?
Yeah. It's locked though.
It's locked.
Oh.
It's locked. It's jammed like maybe before.
Or, you showed some impeccable strength before. Maybe you could try this door. Give it a little tug. Sorry, apparently...
I like where this is going now.
Well, hang on. Just for a second here. Apparently, Denobulians, or whatever, I'm probably mispronouncing it. Denobulians? Apparently they're
Denobulian?
flirty
Yes.
as fuck. I don't know. That's what I'm reading on Wiki, so...
Well, look at that picture. She looks like she's flirting.
I didn't want to say it, but now that you said it, I can confirm.
Did you ever watch the series Enterprise?
No, the new one. Or
Okay.
not
No. It was 2000s. It was Scott Bakula.
It's right finally when they became like a civilization. Like it was like the really early Star Trek, right?
No,
a
this
timeline.
is like
It's like
year
right
2000
after they
actually.
learned,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
Space
yeah.
travel.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yes. Yeah. So their chief medical officer, their ship's doctor, was a Denobulian. I think I'm saying it right. I forget.
Yeah, Denobulian.
That's good. That's good. No, keep it up.
Good. Anyway, so more. You want to use those big strong muscles of yours, or do you want me to use my little fancy wancy tricorder?
I'll give it a shot first. I think I can get this one.
Oh,
Correct.
okay. I'm gonna need to see you warm up real quick.
Yeah, give me some stretches. Roll for stretches.
Yeah.
You guys, you're about to pull a muscle, so if you don't
Yeah.
stretch,
sinewy
Give me a
muscles.
challenge die
Yeah.
for pulled muscle.
go ahead and give. If you're just gonna try and pry it with your cold, dead hands.
I'm gonna see if there's a suitable pry bar or something laying on the ground nearby. I'd grab that and try and use it first.
Okay. Yeah. With the amount of destruction in the ship, that's gonna be easy to find at this point. So I need a fitness and security. It's gonna be a difficulty of 4.
Damn. Okay.
God damn. Hey, I can help you by like being a cheerleader or something.
Go for it.
Just be your motivator.
Doors, prying the door. Why is
What
it
if it's a bad motivator?
Then it's a complication, I guess.
I can grab a bar too and pry from the opposite side.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I want to see if there's actually a console or something that I can interface with, so I can look smarter than them.
In the immediate area, you don't see anything.
Okay, don't worry about it then. I'll wait for them to do their thing.
Okay. Who's leading this one?
Probably go with Taria again, and I'll assist.
Okay. Taria, then it's going to be fitness and security, difficulty 4. Again, more. Same thing, just 1 dice. Ooh. You guys are not successful, so tell me why you're not successful. Or tell me how it happens, but these doors don't move. They laugh. If they had a face, they would be laughing.
I find that pry bar and I stick it in there. Seems like it's pretty secure. Taria gets on. It's long enough that we both pull at the same time. It seems like it's going to maybe give a little bit, and then the whole pry bar just like bends at a 90-degree angle and nothing moves.
Well, that was very anticlimactic.
Oops.
I don't think we're getting this thing open without some power. Unless you want to try and use your tricorder to get this thing open.
No, I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste any more of this energy. It doesn't look like there's anything I can interface with over here. Maybe we'll try the other door and go from there. Oh, okay.
This
It
one's
does
open.
open without any issues. Not
Inside. I
automatically,
really
but
appreciate
like you're able
initiative.
to push it open, basically.
You're so confident.
Good job, Moore. That's what I like to see.
Thank you.
What do we have here?
A storage room, maybe? What is this? What's it look
So
like?
you walk into this room, like the hallway. There's some slight damage, obvious. There is less dust and less dirt air still does hold up a bit of a like a haze to it, like it's the same haze or same dust that comes from the actual planet outside of the ship. But basically, walking around this looks like a storage room, yes, or cargo bay. And everything in there looks to be open and empty. Nothing left behind.
Well, let's keep checking the rest of the ship. There's nothing in here.
Any interfaces in this one?
Yeah, but as you can see where Ensign Moore was just at the kind of the southeast corner of this room, the terminal looks destroyed and just unsalvageable.
Does the damage in here look like it's from the ship crashing or some sort of intentional, like, sabotage almost?
That's a good question.
So give me an insight, and if you're looking for like, let's go insight and engineering actually, a difficulty of 2. Okay, so all the damage that you're looking at, everything kind of looks crumpled, crushed, what would resemble happening to a ship should it crash into the ground. Nothing looks there. You don't see any phaser fire. You don't see any like explosions that would indicate that there was any sort of intentional destruction.
Good.
All of this just looks like damage from the wreckage.
Very
Right,
interesting.
nothing unusual here yet.
Does looking at this infrastructure, Admiral, do I notice anything that's obviously it's not Starfleet, like obviously, right? That's very clear. Do I notice or can I detect anything here, engineering-wise, that is identifiable within anything in our database or anything that I have training with? Like, is this completely foreign or is there some similarities?
So you'll have to tell me what you're actually scanning.
Sure.
Or
so
what, like piece of equipment, or
Right.
whatever.
So in the room, right? I'm in the room.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, whatever these wire equipment is, I kind of just want to take my tricorder out and run some general scans of basically what we did before with the metal composition. I want to see what the electrical circuits look like, as far as like, is it copper? Is it gold? Is it silver? What kind of conductive material they're using? And then furthermore, well, I guess we'll start there and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So
and
electrical
also-
stuff I'm looking at right now.
Okay. So you don't even give me 1 second here, because it doesn't even look like you have light to your character, does it?
It doesn't look like I do. Yeah, I'm fucking in the
Okay.
dark. I can add it myself if you want me to.
Yeah, if you want to add it to yourself, it needs to be the light radius of about 5 feet.
Oh,
There you go.
I put 20. Let me put
It's
5.
like you can see.
There we go.
Said the blind man.
I got you. I added it. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm looking at these wires and these electrical components here, and I'm trying to basically find out what conductive material is made out of, and then go from there, basically.
Okay.
That'll-
Yes. So go ahead and and give me a reason and engineering of difficulty 2, and go from there.
Okay.
So you start scanning basically the wires, the area that you had pointed out, that little grating looking thing, things like that. The tricorder doesn't really tell you much other than that kind of just looks like some sort of possible air vent or grating to get to wires underneath the floor. None of the objects scanned seem to indicate any sort of alien lettering or like stamps or anything like that that might identify what you're looking at.
Okay. Then I'm gonna keep that to myself and keep moving on. Basically, until I find something out of the ordinary, I'm not gonna waste anyone's time. You know, neurons firing takes a lot of energy.
Break a panel off. Look at the wiring.
Not
Tell
yet.
you its resistance.
Yeah.
Oh, who touched the door? That wasn't me.
That was me.
Give him the stick.
Well, Morox, would you like to go in first then?
Sure, Lieutenant. Looks like this, upon initial observation, looks like a med bay. Am I right, Admiral? Yes! That's fucking right. Let's go.
It does. Indeed, it does. So, like the other rooms, destruction. You know, looks destroyed. But as Morox pointed out, with the beds and some of the consoles, and Taria doing the mess around on the console itself, there, it does appear to be what one might consider a medbay.
I'll do some scans this time. See if
Okay.
we can tell what kind of organisms, what kind of persons these medical machines are meant to work on.
So, are you scanning the beds? Are you scanning that console that you're messing around on?
Please, Lieutenant, I can help you.
The beds, like the actual physical equipment.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a reason in science difficulty of 2.
Yes, these are definitely machines.
Yeah, you don't really get much back other than these are like to be places where somebody might lay down.
Anyone want to check the console over there?
Yeah, I can interface with it, Lieutenant. More, why don't you just stay there and look pretty? Shit.
So real quick, I'm gonna cut us right back to the bridge,
Okay.
just for a short second, since you guys did transfer some data there. I want to take us back to the bridge, just to work with that. So back on the bridge is the captain, all of the bridge officers doing their thing. The data was transferred to you guys. What's going on?
Sorry, I gotta remember its names now. I've been
Maricadi, Kullat,
thank you, Kullat.
Grax.
Commander Kullat, we received some readings from the away team regarding the metal composition of the ship that they've uncovered. Could you please run this within our database to see if they've missed any small details about the alloy's composition?
Right away, Captain.
Thank you, Commander.
So Kullat would be checking this mixing of metals against the computer's database to figure out if it's a known alloy, and then from there, if it matches up to anything, any group that we can identify.
Did they send back the? Did you guys send back the data about the med bay stuff that was just scanned also?
The only thing he said he sent back so far was his medical scans.
You mean
Okay.
metallurgical?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, metallurgical.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes. So, Kullat, metal scans. Reason and science difficulty of 2. I need a ship assist, please. Ship assist, Commander. We're gonna do sensors and science also. Again,
Ship
difficulty
assist,
2.
sensor science, you said?
Yes.
Sorry, I kind of
Yep.
spoke.
Yeah.
like
No, I was like, what?
you had to think about it. I get it.
We have plenty of momentum. Just saying.
Yeah, we do.
Do I have to earn it on the same roll, or can I use a momentum to kill that complication?
I think you have to earn it on the same roll. Let me double check the rules here.
Oh, really?
I think. Complications.
Did we put that in? I thought we put it in a journal entry, but I guess not.
It'd be under, yeah, it is. So under journal entry, PC NPC rules, momentum, and it should be remove complication. Yeah, there it is. So can be used after a successful task. Immediately remove an existing complication in relation to or in addition to the effect of the successful task. So no, it sounds like you can just use 2 momentum to remove that if you want.
2 momentums. You guys go with 2 momentums. Or should we just...
Momentums, my man.
All right, we'll spend 2 momentums.
Okay.
Very good.
So, as you run these scans, you're starting to get almost immediate readouts. Maybe the ensigns are trying to learn how to use their tricorders. Maybe they just didn't get good scans, but their results that they sent to you give you much better readings. So you see that you get results of duranium, tritanium, almost different types of aluminum. So while they may have read it wrong down on the planet, these are all basic kind of metals that would be used for construction of starships.
But no. Are they in a known mixture?
Like in terms of like race specific.
Yeah. So like, are they in an alloy that would be identifiable as, oh, these people use X% this metal, X% that metal to make their... I feel like that would be a thing.
If that existed, it does not say anything about it.
Okay. Captain, it looks like these are your standard metals that would be used for spacefaring craft. However, I can't identify any specific known origin to these alloys.
No known origin to these alloys, you said, Commander. I just want to make sure I hear you correctly.
It's not identified in the database as being a known mixture of any Federation or Federation-known people.
Adjacent, of course. I mean, the Klingons. I mean, nothing. You're telling me that there's no information. That's a landmark discovery. I would say, and it's very important. Thank you for your reference, Commander. Away team, this is your captain speaking. Please, for the sake of discovery, acquire some samples from the vessel. It seems that this metal composition you found yourself in, this vessel itself, has an alloy that's not known to the Federation database, and thus critical in acquisition. Please make sure to record all your discoveries, find any other potential materials, and bring back samples for our team to dissect and hopefully learn. This is paramount and of the utmost importance.
So that goes out, but you don't get a response.
Damn it!
But it was well thought out and said.
And you were right. Star Trek is paramount.
Shut up.
Pictures.
Stop it.
Didn't.
You're right, actually. Oh.
Admiral, can I check one more thing on our readings here?
Yeah, what do you want to check?
Given the readings we have on what metals it is constituted of, would I be able to do any dating on it? See how long it's been there based on half-life of the known materials or anything like that?
Yeah.
Determine how long that ship has been there.
Yeah, same rules as before. Reason and science, ship. Since you're doing this on the ship with the assistants, we're going to do sensors and science. This is difficulty of 2. Difficulty of 2.
What was the ship roll? I'm sorry.
Sensors and science.
Thank you.
Sensors and science.
Don't
Sensors
beat
and
it.
science? Well, you're gonna have to.
Can I smack the side of the computer like an old TV?
Yeah, maybe the repair crews from the previous scenario didn't do a horribly great job. Maybe you just aren't as scientific as you thought you were, Kullat.
Is pushing a roll something in this?
No, but you can re-roll it, and I'll just increase the complication range.
Sounds dangerous. I'll try it.
Okay, your complication range. So same rolls, but your complication range, I want you to change it from. Oh, let's see. Dun 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 dun. Do 3 on it. And ship sensors and science, please, Captain. Captain.
Sensors and science, Captain
Please.
of the ship. The ship is going to do sensors and science. Very good. Awesome.
So you have 1 mom, 1 momentum. What would you like?
Thought it was difficulty 2.
It is no. Well, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking in my head something different. Sorry. Difficulty 2. 2 momentum. 2 momentum, please.
1 for extra info and bank 1.
Okay. So as the ship does its thing, maybe you did kick it. Maybe you didn't kick it. The readings return back that it shows that the metals are probably about 20 to 30 years old. More specifically, the readings from them, the readings that were given to you, show that it's been on that surface for at least 20 years.
Captain, I decided to do another investigation on these readings. What I find is the ship has only been here for about 20 years approximately, give or take a decade.
Very good, Commander. You've done a lot of legwork here to understand what exactly we're working with. My main concern right now, however, is reestablishing communication. Are we able to recalibrate our sensors in a way to, well, hear back from them? Or is this something beyond our control?
You can try, sure. Would you want somebody to do it? I was gonna say.
Is Andal really good at communications? Andal?
No.
Okay.
You
Well,
do.
I would include you.
About
in-
Rhinoc.
Rhinock's
Rhinoc?
good, but also if you look at your supporting characters under the bridge
Oh,
crew,
Thank you.
while the ship really doesn't have, quote, a communications officer, Martin Baker is your communications officer.
Okay. Ensign Baker, it looks like we're unable to communicate with our away team. Can you please, using our latest information from the away team, can you recalibrate our sensors to penetrate this sort of electromagnetic sphere that seems to be surrounding our team?
That'll be you, Seb. You get to be him.
Yeah, come on, Baker.
Okay.
Give me a voice.
I don't even know. You
even
put
know.
me
I
on the
don't know.
spot. Martin Baker. All right.
Probably.
I'll go with another deep voice character.
Yeah. Classic.
Yes, Captain. Right away.
Hades reminded me and pointed out that Martin Baker died last scenario as he got sucked out of the ship.
Oh yeah.
So if you look, his.
Well, no, I was thinking, isn't Martin Baker Judge Wolf's character from Cthulhu?
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah, that's exactly where it was from. But he.
That's what I was. I don't know if he got sucked out of the ship. I'm just.
Yeah,
saying.
he got sucked out of the ship last scenario. So his name miraculously changed to Christian Johnson.
Okay, what am I rolling?
So you're going to try and reestablish communications, correct?
Yes, based on the data that we got and the extrapolations that Kullat just did.
The extrapolations of that data? Just the metals, right? You're basically trying to find ways to do what with the metals? Penetrate?
Yes.
Okay, so give me a... Give me a reason in engineering from you.
Right, and does my communications focus apply here, since I'm trying to set up a communications array synchronizing with the metals in the hull of this ship?
I think that would fit, since you've just accurately described it to me. So shipman, captain, I want you to roll a communications in engineering, please. This is going to be a difficulty of 2.
Yes, sir. Sorry, communications and what?
Communications and engineering, please.
Thank you. Oh, well,
Okay. 2 momentum.
we could definitely use the 2 momentum to reduce the complication if you want to. Okay.
Okay. So you're successful at what you do. So tell me how you do it and what you did to get there.
I do exactly what I just said. I align the communications array on the ship to send the signal at a certain wavelength that kind of synchronizes and exactly right with the frequencies of the metals in that hull, and pass through it to allow communication with the team down there.
Okay, so your abilities, from what you can tell, looks like they will penetrate the hull, and you'll be able to establish communications.
Communications reestablished, Captain.
Very good, Ensign. Very good. You've been put on the spot with some impulsive scientific data, and you were able to make do. It's very appreciated, Baker. We'll be in contact soon. And I hang up. And then I try to reach back out to the team, because that's my immediate concern. Away team, this is your captain speaking. Do you read me? Over.
So they do read you.
Very good. We've been able to reestablish communication after adapting to the ship's, well, it seems to be producing some sort of different electromagnetic field. Long story short, the alloys in the composition that you sent us are not consistent with any material that we've found in our database. This is alarming, but in the spirit of discovery, this is exciting. I require you to obtain some materials as much as you can, electronics, infrastructure, and database information as much as you can from this vessel, as this vessel is completely unique to Starfleet. You know what this means. Please let me know if you need any assistance from the ship, as we've recalibrated our sensors in order to help you more logistically. And you have about, sorry, Admiral, what's the time left on the impact? Date till impact? Time till impact?
They're probably close to about 18 hours ish, give or take.
Keep in mind you have about 18 hours until impact. We don't know how our sensors are going to cooperate as this thing approaches your terminal velocity or approaches your orbit. So please tread lightly and swiftly. This is Captain Maricadi out.
Okay, so we go back down to our surface players on the surface in the ship. Yes, and so if there's at any point while we're here, if you guys want to take it back to the ship, if I'm not doing it, because maybe you guys want to do something else up there, just go ahead and say so. Just be like, hey, can we go back to the ship for a second so I can do this, or we can look at that, or scan this, or play in the holodeck here while they die on the surface. Whatever. We can certainly switch scenes back, so that is always an option.
Very good.
Very good.
Morox, the captain wants samples.
Did we bring any sort of sample retrieval kits? I don't have anything. There's no pockets
There's
on this.
so much pressure the captain just put us on. What do you mean we have to get stuff now? I already was worried about this.
Moore, did you say you didn't bring your pockets on this mission?
I don't know that Starfleet
no.
issues pockets to those uniforms.
How are we supposed to carry all this stuff back?
I don't know what the captain expects.
Moore, I won't be telling the captain about this. However, I do recommend bringing your pockets on away missions.
What a dick.
Jokes
I'll take
aside-
the recommendation into consideration.
Jokes aside, we are on an alien vessel, completely alien vessel, mind you.
And that's why the captain wants samples.
So what do we do?
So pull some pieces off and let's continue onward.
Okay. I'm gonna take some, just, a piece of, metal on the ground. Just kind of carry it now
Okay.
around.
You look cool carrying it. Give me a fitness and security difficulty 1.
Oh no! A heavy piece of metal. Fitness and security. Can I use my focus of communications to? I'm just kidding.
Are you communicating with the pipe? Are you one with the pipe?
Fuck.
So
Yeah.
you, sir, do not pick up that piece of metal. It does not. I don't know. Maybe you're just that weak.
More, please. I can't lift this piece of metal myself. I need your strong arm.
I'd be looking at this medical equipment and using my phaser to cut off whatever looks like a treatment or scanning head. Seems like a good sample.
Okay. Can you point to it with your mouse or do the ping?
Yeah, this looks like some sort of thing.
Okay. And you're using a phaser?
Yeah, to cleanly detach it. I assume it's got some function like that.
Cleanly
Laser
detach?
cut.
I mean, you would have to do it, you would know this, basically at like a low setting. But we'll do a couple things for this. How's that?
Or I assume the tricorder wouldn't be able to cut, would it?
No.
Yeah, so phaser, I guess.
Okay. Let's do control and security difficulty 2. Let's see how nervous you are.
So I get halfway through, and then I stop cutting or whatever. So I'm just gonna kind of wrench on it real quick to get it the rest of the way.
Okay. So as you were cutting, seems to start. Maybe you turned it up a little too high. Maybe it wasn't doing it right, but you're kind of going jagged across. So it's real sharp, and then it does stop where you stop. So you can try and wrench it off now if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Fitness and security difficulty 2. So you take this piece of metal that you've just phasered at, and you just kind of bend it over. So there's not much left, but you're not really wrenching it off.
I kick it and walk away.
So when you kick it, all of a sudden, this is what you hear.
The whole ship starts.
What did I miss?
Warning. Self-destruct
Good.
No. Yeah,
Get up in
the
2
PC
minutes.
we're trying to phaser off just it just
Says
sits
no.
there when you get kicked. Yeah, when you kick at it. So
Gotcha.
Oh. All right, to the next room then.
Looks like this is the cockpit, sir. Or I mean, ma'am. Shit.
What pit?
I mean,
So yeah, you walk into what does resemble the cockpit. Obviously, wires and destruction, as in every other room, is evident here. A couple consoles do look like they are in decent shape, should they have actual power. Several others do not look like they're in good shape. But yeah, you can see that there's seats there, and there's one thing that sticks out to all of you, and you would have noticed this in the med bay, and kind of would have put it in the back of your head, obviously, when you went in, when I told more that the ceilings were a little bit lower. Were a little bit lower, so like about 4 feet, 5 feet total. So you see all of the equipment in this room. It looks like, if you could compare it to anything, it would look like it was made for somebody the size of a child. It's very small, very low to the ground, things like that.
Morox, this seat looks
Yes.
like it's made for you.
But made for me? You make me laugh. Surely not. I mean, it's way too big. Look at the hips. They're way too misaligned.
hips.
Are you calling me fat, actually?
Morox, did you tell me to look at your hips?
Well, I mean, Captain, that's not a. I mean, Captain, fuck. The atmosphere is getting to me, Lieutenant.
It's okay. It's your first major away mission.
Is. Thank you for your patience. I'm gonna scan the console and see if we can get maybe some minor power. I'm gonna try to transfer some power from the tricorder in order to perhaps online the console enough to gather some data. More, could you be ready on the console? I'm not quite familiar with the logistics of, well, computers, so I can get it online, but I need you to type the commands.
I'll see what I can do. Have you all noticed that there's no signs of organic matter in here? Whoever crashed this ship must have either left it or they're in that room we haven't gotten into yet.
Perhaps they were rescued.
Could be.
So he's going to be checking trying to transfer some power from his tricorder to this console. Is anybody else doing anything?
No, nothing at the moment. I'm gonna try and assist in any way I can.
Okay.
I'll scan the structural stability of the room we're in. Like, I assume we're in the deepest part, given the direction we've gone, so just making sure we're not close to a cave-in or something.
Okay. So, Morox, what I need from you is a reason and engineering. Is that what I told you last time for the scan? Reason and engineering, or reason,
think so,
reason
yeah.
and science? It'll be a difficulty of 1 to try and transfer power to it.
Okay. Well, I want to definitely try to transfer power to it, so that's
Okay.
what I want to try to do.
With your tricorder. And structural integrity, man. I need a reason and science. A difficulty of 1, please. And while he's rolling that, Morox. So when you are successful in your ability, and I'll kind of basically what happens is the consoles light up, and there seems to be what is a foreign language in front of you, like symbols and things like that. Foreign symbols etched in. You know, you meet obviously alien, nothing that you recognize and nothing that you can read. and it's going like this.
To me, you said.
Yeah, you were the
When I
one who
powered it on.
transferred power, right?
Right. My translator doesn't seem to be functioning, Lieutenant. There's all kinds of strange symbols and language. It's not reading properly. Please advise.
Well, this must be some language that the tricorders don't have any information on.
Well, obviously, Ensign. I was talking to the Lieutenant.
Oh, what do you say,
Fucked
Lieutenant?
up.
One moment, I've almost finished my scan.
He's like, hang on.
From what you could tell, if this ship had atmosphere, if it was in space and it had atmosphere, there would be hull breaches. But you're not. From what you can tell, you're on stable ground.
Ah, okay. Let me have a look at it. Sir, any recognizable is it changing when it's flashing?
No, it seems to be sitting where it's at.
So it doesn't look like a countdown, like we're gonna explode?
Correct. No exploding yet.
Interactable? Is there a button, or can I click where it's blinking?
Yeah, you can try.
We need to save this data. This language is not deciphered yet.
Go ahead and scan this as it goes, Morox, and then I click.
Oh, no shit.
Reason and security difficulty 2, please.
Me?
No, who's poking the... Well, actually... Yes, you.
Okay.
And I was gonna say I would. I also have a focus here called Starbase/Starship Security Systems. So
Okay.
if it's the security system, I would have some kind of leg up on that.
Okay, well,
I can delete the roll. Right click, delete.
what role?
What roll?
See?
Exactly.
See, you're
Let's
welcome.
go,
All
Admiral,
right,
I knew I
so
liked you.
we'll help you out a little bit. Yeah. So, it's been a while, and we're using supporting characters, so it's okay. I'm okay with that as the admiral.
Groovy, baby.
So yeah, if you want to use that as your focus and then do the same role, Taria, we can do that.
Strong roll. Strong roll.
So it just beeps at you like if you were to try and do something on a console, not so much that you did something in air, it's almost like a beep that you're locked out.
You hit shift too many times.
Yeah, no, just you're locked out.
Well. Can you make a connection?
Is there any way we can figure out some sort of interface on here to open the door back there? Does any of this look like schematics for the ship?
Like the design?
Yeah. So I at this point I'm looking around and trying to find anything that kind of looks to me like it's controls for opening doors and stuff on the ship.
So there's two consoles that seem to have survived. It's the one that Morox is at, and it's the other one that's down the hall to the left. Same in the cockpit, but it's just to the left down there.
Okay.
But that one also, that is not currently powered, so you would have to do what Morox did. And
Okay, I'll try that then over here.
Okay. So first I need reason and engineering, difficulty of 2, please.
All right. I'm going to spend 1 momentum on that to get an extra die.
Okay. I will mark it. Okay, so you have no issues touching some buttons and transferring some power from your tricorder to the console. And basically the same screen pops up. And what you were asking earlier, you're looking for like schematics of a door or a ship that would kind of resemble that. So this symbol that's flashing is what's present on the front screen. Like behind it, you can kind of see maybe like the desktop behind it, but it's like blurred out. So it also looks like you might have a lockout here that you might have to overcome.
All right, so on my tricorder, I run some analysis on the console and the system, like the software it's running, and I'm gonna try and like isolate that front image that's blinking, and run like an ad blocker on it basically, and get rid of it.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. You're running Ensign More, correct? Let me see here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a reason and security, and that's also going to be a difficulty of 2.
Reason and security. Do you guys care if I use another momentum?
Oh man, you're really asking for a lot here. Yes, please do.
All right, doing it.
So, basically, the tricorder, you still can't read the language, but the tricorder is telling you that you have bypassed the basic security level lockout, which seems to have given you, from what you can tell, full control of the console.
Looks like we have full control of this console over here. You guys want to take a look?
Yes. I even want to transfer some data to my tricorder for some sample. Maybe grab an operating system sample.
Well, make sure you quarantine it.
Well, of course. More. Come on. You think I'm a novice here?
You know.
I don't know.
I can show you how much of a novice I am in bed. I mean, oh fuck. That is not a pickup line.
I will meet you on the hollow deck.
That's not a pickup line.
I mean, that sounds like it would be a...
more than I ought to have.
It's a pickup line that probably would have came from his mouth, so... Or as nervous as he is. So what are you trying to do? Her.
Good job, Moore.
It's a...
This is what Starfleet needs more of.
More needs more of.
Starfleet does need more.
So what were you trying to do, Tony?
I want to get a sample of the operating system. Basically, I want to transfer the operating system to my tricorder to some extent, and leave it operating in a virtual environment so that I can isolate it so it doesn't spread, but then has a nice pure sample.
Pure. Reason and engineering difficulty 2.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna use a. I want to make sure this works. I'm gonna use a momentum. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
2
you have
Batman
2.
back. Yep.
You're putting them both back in?
Well, actually, sorry. 1 back in. 1 for like extra oomph to this, basically.
Okay, so that's basically kind of, it's called creating an advantage in this game.
Yeah,
so
basically.
you can do that. Okay.
Fundamentally for the game and creating an advantage, yes.
Okay. So once you punch this into your tricorder, you see that it seems to start making a little bit more sense for you. And I'll let you explain to me how you do this and how this is accomplished.
Okay, yeah.
Based on your thing. But you were able to configure the tricorder to start to read the slash marks and the symbols and things like that.
Okay. Basically, what I do is, thinking about this programmatically. That's not a word. Thinking about this programmatically, I'm basically converting the software into ones and zeros, trying to make it as fundamental as possible.
Through the tricorder's use of a virtual environment, I create basically a vacuum or a data space within the actual storage system of the tricorder, creating a partition, if you will. In this partition, is where this OS exists, is being downloaded and it survives. Well, in this partition, it's able to operate as independently as it would on the actual console itself and the actual system. So within this tricorder lives this system into ones and zeros in this basic programming function. I then use that to convert it into a language that makes more sense to me. Like, I mean, you know, this is the 21st century. You know, I can't say Java, you know, but if you will, I basically convert it into a working version of JavaScript, Java, where it's
Starfleet script.
the same way. Yeah,
I
you
can't
know,
say I make it into Java, but I make it into Java.
it's not literally Java. It just works the same way as compatibility-wise as Java would. And Java's on on lots of
Hey,
devices.
over 1 billion devices use Java.
Exactly. You know.
Over 1 billion sold. So you basically, with your connection and what you've done here, is you have now what seems like full access to the ship and understandingly what everything is. You know what I mean? So you could look. This says go to warp. This says go to turn on the lights. So,
Right.
anything you could think of that might be ran from a computer now you can do.
Great. So in that regard, Lieutenant, I've gained access to the operating system, and I've fundamentally broken down the language into a basic rudimentary communication. I can at least cooperate with this machine enough to procure some basic information. I'm going to use that information to find the black box, if you will, to see what happened on the last voyage of this vessel. And then I'm going to continue doing deep dive into basically finding any audio or visual data from the date of impact, the time of impact, basically.
Okay. And you're still using your tricorder to power this, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
As much as I can.
Anybody else doing anything while he does this?
I'm giving encouragement and saying, very impressive, Morox.
Some good games?
Good game.
Nodding my head.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. So give me basically you're wanting to access the ship's logs, per se. So go ahead and give me either a reason or control. So either one, plus engineering, difficulty 2, complication range 3, please.
Sorry, what did you say?
Reason or control plus engineering. Your difficulty is going to be 2, and your complication range is going to be 3.
Okay. I'm gonna use my another dice.
Moms?
Nice.
All right, let's see here. So,
I didn't change the compilation range, but I didn't reach it.
You have 1 momentum. How
Put
would you like
it
to use
back in the pool. Yeah.
Okay. So you start tapping on your tricorder screen, and you start messing around, and you bring up the screen and what looks to be like a ship log, right? And on that log, let's see here, this pops up.
Forloth is a dashing Andorian?
I don't know where that one
What?
came from.
What?
That's just a little Easter egg. That's all that is.
Oh my god, okay. All crew into cryo sleep. Lieutenant, it looks like the crew is currently in cryo sleep. With the limited power on this vessel, it seems all of the energy has transferred to the cryo sleep bay. That might be the locked door we've covered. The cryopods are must be still active with what limited power is left. What do we do? Do we save them?
Morox, you had me at 1s and 0s, but this is just impressive.
Seriously?
Are you able to use what you've...
Hmm?
Sorry, Seb's camera's turning purple for me on Skype.
Oh,
He looks normal to me.
He's doing that on
over to me.
He's turning violet.
Violet?
Morox, are you able to use the system you've gained access to open that door? Perhaps we
Oh.
can confirm they are in there.
That seems very rudimentary, sir. Ma'am, I could do that for sure. I also wanted to point out, for the record, that if this vessel is indeed capable of warp, that we wouldn't be violating the Prime Directive to save these crew, right? It wouldn't be against the rules, right? We were to save them, right, Lieutenant?
Better to save them and find out we were wrong later.
Very good, Lieutenant. I'm gonna open
And
the
don't
door.
call me rudimentary.
I didn't call you rudimentary. I'm gonna try to open the door.
All right. That's gonna be a control and security difficulty 1.
I like Morox. Hopefully she stays alive. What is it? Sorry.
Control and security difficulty 1.
Gotcha.
We've actually lost track of time and are about to be obliterated.
Very good.
What are you doing with that success?
Into
Or
the
that
pool.
momentum?
Authorization acknowledged.
I've gotten confirmation. The door has been unlocked. We can rescue the crew.
Did you say you're banking that momentum?
I am, yes.
So from where you're at, it sounds like an old door or a door just starts to creep open, and so it seems like what you did was successful. But that's where we're gonna end for today on today's stream. So we'll go ahead and since you guys control a couple different characters, you guys can tell me how both of those characters are feeling. So we'll start with the captain. Well, Captain Maricadi, go ahead.
Yeah. So Captain Maricadi is calm and calculated with this adventure. I'm kind of looking at this. I'm looking at this from the perspective of the Prime Directive, but also from the perspective of exploration and discovery. We're all about finding new things, and this seems to be brand new alloy, new things. It's just new. So I'm hyper focused on the idea that we're obtaining new information, and I want to make sure that our crew gets out safely, and that we basically mission success. Morox, on the other hand, is so, I mean, I was playing it up, but so nervous. I'm kind of thinking she's Lieutenant Junior grade. She probably has never done an away team before. This is her first actual crew. She was probably top of her class though, and probably really an expert, just like Andal was. If in a way, she probably looks up to Andal, just like by proxy.
I mean, who doesn't?
Exactly. So in the actual mission itself, she's focused on, of course, not violating the Prime Directive, but honestly, she doesn't give a shit. She wants to make sure that these people, whoever is there, we're gonna basically get everybody alive and well and back in base. That includes people that might not should be alive, if you will, or we shouldn't help according to the Prime Directive. But she doesn't care. She wants to get everybody back on the ship. So she's inquisitive yet anxious.
And Commander Kullat also playing Taria, Lieutenant Taria.
Kullat has his regular scientific interest going on here. He's got new information to work with and look into, and later on he'll be running models of how good these alloys are and what they might be good for. And Taria, she's just cool as a cucumber, excited to be leading this away mission. Just ever optimistic and ready to take on any challenges that come her way.
And Lieutenant Andal, and also playing Ensign, right? Ensign Moore. What's going on through their heads?
Andal Grax, he's excited. He's looking forward to what they're going to find down there. Growing up on a colony, it was always his favorite thing to just learn about new cultures and species. He specializes in xenobiology, so learning about a new life form that Starfleet doesn't know about is really exciting. Moore down there is a lot more nervous than he's letting on. That's why he's got his phaser out and ready. He's heard plenty of stories of people finding strange creatures down on uninhabited planets, and he finds the engine room of the ship a lot more comforting than whatever's going on here.
And that is where we'll end for today. Live long and prosper, and have a beautiful night.